Hello, this is Sibyl Harmony, and I'm an intuitive medium and a healer. And this is a video for healing. We're going to do group healing, and I'm going to be answering questions. And you can see the purple orb over here. And so this has been debunked, but not by professionals. I haven't had any professionals out here, but I've been trying to figure out what. At first, I was like, okay, what is that? And it spoke to me and it said it was Divine Mother. Okay, so this is an energy phenomenon. Even if you don't believe in energy or psychic phenomenon, you could say, well, it's something created artificially to help people have faith. So either one is helpful. But pretty crazy. I see people who, I'm not a technical person, and I see people who have little butterflies or lights flying around and all this fancy stuff. I don't do any of that. I'm technically challenged. I'm a spiritual, empathic, healer, medium person. I'm not a technical person. I mean, when I figured out emails, it was like a huge thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can write an email. I'm not from that era of technology, but here I am with this lavender light here. So hi, people are joining. Yay. Hi, Linda and Deborah. MJ, is that right? MJ? Sorry, please forgive me if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Gloria, Wildflower, Wind, Brandy, Oberly, good afternoon from Eastern PA. Yeah, where are you all from? Sheila, hello. I'm always here but can't join from the chat. TV, I wish that I could fix that. Oh, okay. Good morning. So happy we got rain in Santa Rosa. Yay, Santa Rosa. We got rain, yeah. So I'm happy we got rain. I just did a video. It's coming out later today in an hour or so that's talking about the weather. Wow, look at all these people who are joining. Cool. Melinda, Mary, Nancy, Christina, Diane, Stacy. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sheila. Okay. So in this show, I'm gonna be answering some questions, and I'm gonna be doing we're gonna do a live guided healing. So I'm really excited about that. And then so hi, Diana, Stacy, Christina, and yeah, okay. So I'll start by answering some questions, and first let's just kind of get grounded and look at the energy. I was a little late getting on here because I was, of course, having technical issues. So that's me, but here I am, and here you are. So this is really awesome. Thank you for checking in today, where I'm having a rainy Saturday. And with all the things that are going on, me and the lavender light here and the guides, your angels, your higher self, the energy of love and empathy and healing is with you. And I want to help you connect with that and align, because there's so much going on in the world with all the climate change and political change, and you probably have things in your personal life, but we can still have a good day, a good month, a good year, a good life. I remember, and this is going to sound really weird, after I got over severe COVID, I was like really okay. I felt like I had this spiritual awakening, and I was like happy by myself. And I felt bad that other people were having a hard time and people were, locked in and losing their businesses and stuff. But I personally was just like, I felt like I was being taken care of. And I want you to feel that too. I want you to connect in with your spirit and yourself so that you know that you're being connected, even when things are hard. I remember when I went through a divorce, I cried for a year. But I knew deep down inside that I would be okay. And looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to me to get out of that marriage. It was not supporting me, and I had so much more to do. And people who really care about me and love me came into my life more. And I had a better relationship with myself. So even when things are hard, even when I went through, remember '08, my guides told me how to keep my house. They told me to move here years ago. I was guided. So when you're following your intuition, and we can all do this, and you're on your path, doesn't mean that difficult things won't happen, but it does mean that you'll be helped and guided through them. Isn't that nice? Isn't that? And I always say pain happens, suffering is optional. There's another one. So when we look at it like that, maybe you're not having a bad time. Maybe you're doing pretty okay. But I've noticed that a lot of people are tired, they're exhausted, they're worried, and don't let they traumatize you. Take your health, your joy. I'm doing a lot of amazing things in my life, and I know a lot of other people who are too, even though we're simultaneously going through these big changes. So when we understand that, and that's what I wanted this program to be for, supporting you in your life. And so I'm going to answer questions, but we're going to do this group healing, supporting you in your life so that you are grounded. You're not getting, maybe as depressed, or there's nothing wrong with depression or anger or fear. But when you recognize, okay, this is how I feel, and how can I support myself through this and not judge myself through this, and also to take positive action. I just did a video. I was just saying a few minutes ago, I did a video that's coming out today about call to action. And so that's important, what we do in physical 3D world, but it's also where we start everything, where everything happens really is in the higher frequencies, what is unconscious. That's why I love going into meditation and guidance, going into what is not 3D, but what is 4D and 5D, where we can connect with our peace and our serenity and our joy, and find gratitude. Even when things are not going the way you want, you can still find gratitude, and gratitude always makes things better. Okay, so, all right. I'm looking at the questions here, and okay. So I see somebody asking about their lungs. Okay, so first of all, I have to disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm a healer. And I have healed Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue, Bell's palsy, arthritis, chronic thyroid disease, chronic bladder infections, and kidney disease. I mean, the list, herniated a stomach. I mean, the list goes on of the things that I've healed just within myself. I also assist people in healing. But the physical body moves slower than spirit and energy. Sometimes you can, and I'm going to teach you this. Let's do this today. And I want to make it simple because everyone can do this. And it doesn't mean that you don't have to listen to your doctor or get medical advice, not at all. You may choose an acupuncturist or a nutritionist. So all those things are important. When we're dealing with healing a physical issue, we want to look at medically what's going on, okay? But we also need to look at, why is this here? Is this past life karma? Is this an issue? in this life? Are you empathically taking on other people's energy? Are you, so we want to look deeper. I've healed many things by looking at the cause, like congestion can be allergies outside of myself, but it's also that I had a lot of confusion. Okay. So everything in the body has a energetic, mental or emotional reason why there's a weakness in the aura and the energy field there. Okay. So lungs happen to be about grief or taking in our life. And when you go to the core of something, you can start to heal it on a deeper level, like why was it there? But if it's been, especially if it's been there for a while, you're probably going to need to treat it physically too, or medically. So what is physical? We need to look at the obvious things like, how's my diet? Do I need to do breathing exercises? When I had trouble with my lungs, I practiced walking up hills and I got out of breath, but I knew I was working my lungs. And so, are there allergies? Are you eating too much dairy? You may not agree. Dairy causes mucus. Okay. So there are also herbal remedies and acupressure points. So the lungs, herbal remedies would be, you would have to Google that. And I implore you to get a high quality company. I don't sell herbs or advertise herbs at this point, but I'm a big herbal. I love herbs and essential oils, like eucalyptus oil is good for lungs. You might want to make sure you don't have too much dust or mold in your house. And so all these physical things, the acupressure points for lungs are right over here. If you feel in the clavicle, there's kind of like a place. Oh, sorry. Well, wrong way. It's hard for me to do stuff like right in here, along this clavicle here. If you feel into where you come to like a little nook there where your finger can't go any further. So you do it on both sides and massage those. Okay. I think we did this last week or the week before. So these are acupressure points. You can look on YouTube and find many. That's how one way I got through COVID before they had vaccines or knew what it was. I was just doing acupressure points for lungs and immune system. So massaging there for a couple minutes. And then the lung meridian is from here, this elbow on either side, and going right along here in your arm to your thumb. So if you feel that little bone there, you can kind of grab it there. See? Let's see there, like that. So this is a lung point here, okay? So you feel along this, okay, sorry, this. Okay, sorry. Your hand is like this. As you kind of grab it and massage, and wherever it feels sore, that's where you really want to dig in there and work with it more. Okay. And then go down along here and, oh, it's a little sore there. So I live in an agriculture area. So there's a lot of cattle and there used to be chicken farms. We also have acacia trees that cause allergies. So a lot of people in this area have allergies. But this is also a dusty town, and I have an old house. So for me, keeping my lungs, like massaging along here, doing breathing exercises, having an air purifier, and make sure you have no dust or mold in the house. So there are products, if you email me, that I'm not going to advertise on YouTube, but I can tell you some really good products. Spraying essential oils is really helpful to get rid of dust mites. But the lungs are typically about taking in life and grief and letting go of grief. Okay. And it could be in energy healing. If you're empathic, you might be taking on the grief of someone else in your family, of the collective. Okay. So you might be holding on to grief of a past life. So where is your question again? I should have put your question up there. So Yeah, we'll do this in the group healing that we're about to do. So whatever issues you're having, whether it's lungs or aches or pains or some other physical thing, we can address that when we do the healing. And I'm just going to make it real simple. I realize I'm making it too complicated because I've trained for years, and you could write, a 500-page, 3-volume encyclopedia about healing a herniated disc. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I see you, Christina. Okay. So I don't want to make this complicated. What we're going to do, you could have beginner's luck, is we're going to call energy into our hands and send healing. We're going to call in the guides and send healing to ourselves. You can also do this for emotional issues. Okay. So you have energy centers, your chakras in your body that govern physical parts of your body, but they also govern your emotions, your ideas, and your beliefs. Okay. So, so we'll do that. But I also want to, I mentioned emotional. I want to help people connect emotionally, because a lot of times if you get to or start to release the emotional issue, then the physical will follow. Now, if you've had a condition for a period of time, it's kind of set in your energy field. So you may need continued healings. And like I said, you also need physical support. But this is or you could just have beginner's luck, and it could just, sometimes stuff just clears when it's ready, when you're ready to let it go. Like, how much are you ready to let it go? And the more you bring in peace and joy and happiness and harmony, the better, and let go of those lower energies, not to judge yourself, but let go of other people's energies, or love yourself through difficult times, even if they're past things, then the better your body will respond. Okay. You can also use this for creating things in your life, manifesting what you want, creating your dreams, more prosperity, more better relationships. And remember, the relationships that you have start with the relationship with yourself. You're not here to change anybody else. You're here to learn about love, and having a relationship starts with you. Okay? So a lot of times, you could be courted and not even know it, energetically connected to the collective unconsciousness, or people from your childhood, family. Usually the big ones are family, government, and religion. And we want to kind of cut those cords so that you're not taking on negative energy or just absorbing it like a sponge. And when you decide to set your energy, peace and harmony and joy and possibility and hope, you're not a match to those other energies that are causing you to feel depressed or sad, or to have lack, or to be stuck, or to be ill. So there's so much going on with when you connect in with your spirit. And I really wanted this to be about connecting in with your spirit and your joy, so that you can do better through this changing time that we're all going through, or even do great. Hey, what about that? I have very strong pulsing on my left ear for 5 days. What's the cause? Delphine. Let's look. The left. So I feel like this is spiritual. So I'm glad that you asked that question. And I know that seems like totally weird. Like, how could that happen? But it can. And believe me. And experiencing is believing. When you see something, seeing is believing, feeling something is believing. So we're just going to do this. Okay, so when spirit is trying to get your attention, your body will present its bill. So we're here to heal our spirit. And one way that spirit gets your attention is by having something. So it's like the whispers. Listen to the whispers. Take time to be quiet. Take time to tune in. Take time to take really good care of your spirit and your energy. And listen to the whispers like, well, maybe, don't eat the sugar, or that person is not a good friend supporting you and you feel tired and you go, yeah, okay. So that's, you got to whisper, but you're like, well, but I feel bad, or I don't want to be alone, so I'm still going to be around them. So spirit is whispering. They're telling you. They'll never tell you what to do, but you're getting guidance like, this isn't a good relationship for me to spend all this time with this person or to eat this kind of food. But then you do it anyway and you keep doing it. And years later, you're like, end up, um, in the hospital or having a weight problem or a health issue. And then, the whispers have turned into the yells and the shouts. Your body will get your attention. So what we want you to do is to listen to the whispers. Okay, that's one. And as we're all going through this shift and awakening, you will experience physical things. Some people have digestive issues, a tapping, a pulling, a pressure on their body, trouble sleeping. All these things are a part of the awakening. The shift of energy that's happening is affecting your body as well. So a lot of times people are having issues that are just you're processing. You're processing, you're going through an awakening, and sometimes it has a spiritual effect where your consciousness is shifting to fourth and fifth level consciousness. Fourth level, where you can manifest what you want, starting to connect with guides and energy, starting to have an understanding of who you are. And fifth, where you are in unconditional love and peace and harmony. But when you're down, and we can bounce around to all of them, which you're down on the third level, you're going to be, maybe experiencing the issues in your body that you're clearing from this life or past life karma. Does that make sense? And then somebody was saying, do I need to exercise to help my lungs? Well, it couldn't hurt, because you want to use the lungs, but there's also more going on there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's do this meditation, and please join me for the after show, the membership show. I have a member show at 12 o'clock today Pacific time, 3 o'clock East Coast time, and you can click on the join button, and there's a smaller group there, and I'll be answering questions and doing more healing there. Okay, so okay. I can't give a medical diagnosis, Michelle, if you're suffering from MS. I have a healing device that I work with people when I do personal sessions, and I can do more testing on that. But I wouldn't tell you over a YouTube channel a disease that, or an energy. I can't diagnose a disease, but I can diagnose the energy of MS. But I couldn't do that over the YouTube channel because it's just not appropriate to give you a diagnosis. I'm not a doctor over YouTube. Okay. But what I can say is it feels like you have that energy. It might not even be your energy. and that everything can be cleared energetically by doing this type of spiritual healing. Okay? All right. Oh, yeah, and hit the like button. Thank you, BMC. Really hit the like button. It helps me, and subscribing supports my channel. So, okay. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do here is we're going to do a healing for ourselves with our guides. We're going to take our hands here, and we're going to call in divine healing, whether it's Jesus or healing Buddha or Mary Magdalena, your own guardian angels, usually your family members, unless they were a doctor or a healer in life, they probably aren't the ones to call in. But they may work, if they were, they may work in tandem with other guides. So I feel like Archangel Raphael, who is a green and yellow energy, is coming in. I also see the energy of Jesus, who was here to teach us that if you go inside, you can save yourself. He wasn't here to teach us not to be a sinner. That's a made up thing I don't buy into. But so, oh, what's the cost of membership? Like $14. Yeah. Okay. I also do private sessions, but that's on my website. So, but let's do this now. Okay. Let's not talk about advertise. I'm not here to advertise. I just want to get as many questions or issues. I'm here to help as many people as possible. So that's why I'm doing that. And this here. Yeah. Okay. So, but don't worry about the memberships because we're here doing this. I want you to be here now doing this, and this is free. Okay. So don't worry about that. The membership is more to support me, but if you can't afford that, you are here now, and we're going to do this here now. So I probably maybe shouldn't have mentioned that right now because I don't want this to be about something else. This is healing right now. This healing is going to happen right now. Okay. And so you might want to put your phone on vibrate. A lot of times puppies and kitties like the energy, so they'll come around. If you have kids or somebody, like turn on the TV or put a movie on or close the door. This is your time for you. And a lot of times when you're getting an energy healing, whoever is corded into you is going to call you or text you like, how are you? My thing was I have siblings who mean well, but there's energy there. And I empathically start healing them. And when I do this and kind of cut the cords, then they would call me or text me or a friend. And that doesn't mean you can't have a relationship with them, but I want you to understand the relationship between yourself and family members or friends can be affecting your health. If you're kind of like a sponge and just absorbing everybody's stress, which is what a lot of spiritual, sensitive, empathic people do, or you're against somebody and you're resisting them, there's probably a cord there. So we want to cut the cords and come up here in the center of our head and just be more neutral to people. So you have a center of your head, the center of your sixth chakra. We're going to talk about that. You also have a heart center in the center of your chest. And so this is a center where you can be more loving toward yourself or others. And this is the center where you can be more neutral to yourself or others. So you may cut the cords to people, but then if you don't set boundaries with them, or you let yourself get really thrown off balance by a narcissist or somebody who's abusive, then the energy will just come back. So you'll feel relief during this healing, but then as soon as you reconnect with them through a text or a phone or you're around them, it'll just be back. And so that's up to you to decide whether you want to continue that relationship or how you're going to continue it. But I strongly suggest boundaries, because if you don't have boundaries, you're just wide open. You're a sitting duck for whatever anybody wants to say or do can affect you because you don't have a self. Okay, so the self is your aura, about 2 or 3 feet around you in every direction, and then your chakras, the main chakras. You have bigger auras that go out 25 feet, but right now we're just dealing with your etheric aura, which is about 2 or 3 feet around you, and from the top of your head to the bottom of your tailbone, the central channel, which has chakras in it. Okay, so I'll show you a picture here. I usually show the picture of a person with a grounding cord going. The artist drew an earth here, but that is the center of the planet, the earth energy, the aura, the chakras, and then the cosmic energy that connects you to your higher self. Just so you know that you have an energy field, you have energy anatomy, and when you kind of know, you kind of own your space, know who you are, and get grounded, you're going to be a lot less affected by whatever. And so we're going to do that. And then we're going to call the guides into your hands and send energy to whatever part of your body you're wanting to heal, cutting the cords. And I'm going to say some healing affirmations. So let's go ahead and start closing your eyes. And let's start by doing some breathing and relaxing. Breathing through your nose is a good idea. And then exhaling however you like. And you could take a few deep breaths just to clear your lungs. If you're having a lung issue, let's let it out through your mouth and make a sound, if you would. Let all that old sterile air come out. Again, please. Good. And now let's breathe normally through your nose, if you would. And just allow yourself to relax and kind of just say hello to yourself, your energy. Letting your legs relax. Just feel your legs on the floor. Or if you're lying down, your legs on the bed where you are. Just let your muscles relax. Allowing your arms and hands to relax. Your face to be soft. And now let's call the healing guides in. The archangels, Archangel Michael, that clears away fear and helps you with life purpose. Archangel Raphael, a healing angel, very kind and gentle. Jesus, the most powerful healer on the planet. And let's call in the divine feminine, Goddess Isis, Mary Magdalena, Kuan Yin. Breathing and relaxing. and ask the guides for a healing. Thank you for healing my mind, body, and spirit. Breathing and relaxing, letting yourself be filled with divine light. You may also connect to your higher self, the frequency of love, positivity, and healing. And let's ask your higher self, your guides and angels, to cut any cords or clear any lower energies that created exhaustion, illness, undesirable emotions, and fill you with light and peace and harmony. This is the time of the new moon energy, a powerful time for healing today. Allow that new moon energy to support you, to bring in magic. I embrace the energy of new moon, higher self, guides, and angels. And continue to send healing and allow them to send healing wherever you decided or wherever they're showing you or having you feel in your body and around your body where they're calling your attention to. You may feel loving guides and healing energy around you. You may feel the energy moving around you. You are in divine timing. Everything is in divine time. You are in divine time. Everything happens as it should and as it is time. And now is the time for this miraculous healing for you. Trust that what is meant for you is on its way now, that it's already here, that it already is. You are worthy of love, abundance, happiness, and health. Breathe and allow it. Allow the light in. It feels amazing to be connected to this divine light. It feels amazing to be connected to unconditional love. There are no limits to what you can do. All things are possible. All is well. I allow healing. I am healed. You are healed. Love is the only thing that is real. You are loved, and you are love. The universe is conspiring for your highest good, healing, well-being, and prosperity. And now experience the deep inner peace within you. Breathing into your heart, peace and love. You release all lower energies that created patterns of anything that isn't in your highest good. We now call in joy, love, health, and energy. Be still and know that divine light is in you. The divine light is without and within you. And now we complete this healing session knowing that you now know how to find this place of healing, of fourth and fifth dimensional energy, miracles, light, love, and peace, and that you can come back here as much and as often as you like. Keeping your eyes closed, would you take a few deep breaths and start to stretch your body, coming back gently to wherever you are in your room, in your home. 10:57 Pacific time, planet Earth, here we are. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I just like people to come back gently because we go in pretty deep. Okay. I'm saying prayers for you, Daddy's daughter life, that the angels assist you. Um, yeah, so if you fell asleep, you went very deep. You still got the healing, okay? There's somebody stuck at a gas station. I don't know what town you're in, and they need $12. Um, I okay. So at huh. I don't want to ask other people to do this. I'll send you $12, okay? I don't want other people doing this because that's not what this channel is for. But if you are having an emergency, I'm glad that you reached out for help, okay? Yes, this is stronger than Reiki. Reiki is excellent. I don't do Reiki, but I've had Reiki done, and it's very nice. And if you are vibrating, that means that you're releasing energy. Because for whatever reason, when I do this, the guides come in and they work with people I'm working with. So I don't really know how this happens. It's just my thing that I give to the world. I don't know how it's happening. Um, oh, okay. How I healed my eyesight. I healed a lot of things. I healed um, chronic fatigue and Bell's palsy and arthritis and pseudo hernia. And I mean, a lot of things I've healed. I could, chronic kidney infections and bladder infection. There's a lot of things I've healed. That is the work that I do in my sessions. You can do this work, send healing, sit and send healing to your eyes every day. Now, you may need lutein, which is a supplement that's found in spinach and sweet potatoes, and you can also buy it in a formula like vitamins that are in those types of foods. But I would caution you against getting cheap vitamins that don't really do anything as to a high quality lutein product, which I don't sell. So you'd have to ask somebody who is that you trust that is, or email me for a recommended brand. But I don't want you to think that it's just that, because with your eyes, like, you might be asking a question like, what do I not want to look at? What am I afraid of seeing, or what have I seen in a past life that made me, is there an agreement that let me look at you. It feels like there's some kind of energy block. There could be some kind of, it's the best way I can explain it. And so I'll just kind of lift it off. Now, just because I've lifted off, it's opened the door to healing. That you may need ongoing healing. And I do that with I have a certain way of doing that in my private sessions, like I said, or continue to do this. Okay, I hope that helps you. I mean, I know it will. How I healed mine was through energy healing, I'll say. Okay. So osteoporosis and arthritis, those kinds of conditions, I never really found that they healed in one healing. They're conditions that your body has been building up to, but I have healed them. I've made great progress with other people and myself. But you want to look at nutritional supplements, maybe physical therapy. I like yoga. I don't really do physical therapy, but there are energy techniques that I can do for that. You feel like you have, since your son passed, I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like your son is happy and around you and watching over you, and he's totally okay. But it feels like there's a lot of grief and depression. And so arthritis, osteoporosis, these are all autoimmune things. So we want to strengthen the immune system. Okay. So there are things that I do, like I eat turmeric and onion and pineapple and black pepper, and there's quercetin, and you could also take a bromelain supplement. There are some, let's see what else. Fish oil is really good for inflammation, but you have to do it high quality. And I probably shouldn't recommend brands over. I mean, I use Nordic because they're the purest. They're a little on the expensive side, but when it comes to my health, I don't scrimp. You don't want to get a toxic fish oil. Also, like yoga and this type of healing can be really helpful, but you may find that you need to do it for several months. Also, the other thing that's really good for osteoporosis or any kind of body pain are magnets. I love magnets. And if anybody's interested, I just found a gal online. I hooked up with, I used to do massage, and I used to work with this one client was a football coach, and he had his back broken and several bones. He was in a lot of pain, and he was using magnets. And he turned me on to magnets. You tape them onto your body, and it helps with circulation. It changes the radiation frequency we have from the 5G and phones, which can cause a lot of illness or anxiety or make people feel like they're busy all the time or something. And so magnets are really cool. So my email is on my website, I believe. It's harmonysibyl@gmail.com. So I'll be talking about more of these things too in my membership group, which is at 12 o'clock on Saturdays. And there you can ask me, because we're not public, and I'll feel more comfortable giving you specific products and things like that. But actually, that's pretty good suggestions I've given you for that. And here's Heather. Are ailments issues stuck in the body? Yes. So let's say you don't feel like your mother loved you, okay, or she said you weren't good enough. It causes a sadness in your heart, and you feel hurt by that. So you get a little depressed. You may not even recognize it as a child, because as a child, you're just trying to deal with life and get mommy to love you or something like that. But you have this sadness, and so you grow up with this sadness in your heart that affects your immune system, okay? So then you get lots of colds and flus, and then they give you antibiotics, which destroys your gut lining. Antibiotics should only be used in life-threatening situations. Now doctors know that. So now you are bloated, you have leaky gut, and you have a weakened immune system. And then you get an autoimmune disease. And then you have arthritis. And then you have heart problems. And then you have depression. And then you want to take an antidepressant. And, see how it just starts. And so when you go back to the original wounding and understand that your mother didn't know how to love you, she didn't love herself. And forgive that or let that go and start to love yourself and have joy, all of a sudden the issues, now you may need to send healing to your gut or healing to whatever. You see how that it just like we're not separate. It's not just take a pill and fix the symptom, get a surgery and cut it out. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason. Like gallbladder issues are about being attacked. And then we take, toxic chemicals or things in our food and they form gallstones. And then we can't digest and we're bloated. And then they say, oh, we're just going to take your gallbladder out. No. Well, at that point, they might have to save your life. But I've actually gotten rid of gallstones in myself, believe it or not. Um, um, Epsom salt bath. What about an Epsom salt bath? Yeah. If you're living in an area where there isn't fire retardant that was sprayed in the water supply and your water is pretty clean in your house, then Epsom salts baths are good. But Epsom salts help relax muscles and are good to clear energy, but they pull toxins in. So you might want to use 20 milliliter borax if your water is not that clean because it pulls toxins out. Okay? Also, if you have an area where you're living with mold from floods or any type of hurricanes, borax is a wonderful thing to wash your clothes in, to bathe in, and even I have better mold products I would suggest, but yeah, I could send you if you're in my members or you email me. Yeah. Okay. So I really appreciate you all joining. Once again, please subscribe. I will try to come on next week. I'm going to try to do these every week. And it's very powerful. You've just had a powerful healing. So drink a lot of water and give your body time to process. Okay? All right. Sending you so much love. Thank you for joining. Bye. And we'll see you hopefully next week or in the members. How do I stop this? I'm not used to this one. Stoppy. Stop. Oh, end stream. That'd be it.